How's it going, everyone? NovaTheNautical here. And you know, I would make a video right now, but I'm kind of busy with video games. I love being a furry and all, but I wish there was a way that we could combine the two. Oh, son of a bit! Given the popularity of the furry fandom, it seems almost inevitable that there are games/franchises that people would see as furry games. This may be as simple as the game's protagonist being an anthropomorphic animal design, or the world the game taking place in having a population of anthro characters. Take examples such as Banjo from Banjo and Kazooie, Sly Cooper from the Sly Cooper games, and Sonic the Hedgehog from, well, Sonic. Although these games aren't classified merely as furry games, that's how some describe them. They just pique people's interest from our fandom due to the characters' designs. As a matter of fact, some of these games may have been what inspired people to join the fandom in the first place. And if that's the case with anybody watching this video, more power to you. Anthro characters as a whole have been a part of gaming for a long time.
I mean, if you consider the 1990s a long time ago.
Some of these anthropomorphic characters that have stemmed from the 1990s, such as the original Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy, Spyro the Dragon, although he's technically considered a scaly, Klonoa, Star Fox, which is the personal childhood favorite of mine, and of course, the big one to come from the late 90s, Pokemon. Pokemon features several furry or anthro-based human designs. Take examples such as Lucario, Incineroar, Zoroark, or Gardevoir. There's over 850 of these things, and while some people in our fandom like the certain species of Pokemon a little too much, but then again, some are stunfists. Regardless, Pokemon's introduction to the Western world can be definitely seen as part of what sparked many people's interest in the fandom. Well, including myself. Moving on to more recent times, aka the 21st century, the fandom began to really take off and the representation of furries in mass media became more and more widely seen. Of course, in terms of video games, you still had the mainstays like Sonic the Hedgehog and Pokemon, but there were more and more games in the early 2000s with anthro characters appearing, and childhood favorites of some, such as Sly Cooper, which I had already mentioned, Amaterasu from the Okami games, which have held up great by modern standards. The HD remake on current gen hardware is absolutely gorgeous. From the same people who created the Spyro games came Ratchet & Clank, making their debut on the PS2. Here's some bias, but Koromaru, the best boyo and party member from Persona 3, with his persona, Cerberus. Seriously, I love Persona 3, and Koromaru is the best boyo. I mean, how could you not love that thing? Alright, enough Persona bias. Recently, a lot of small game studios and indie developers have been popping up, making their own games with anthropomorphic characters or furry roots. Think of games like Dust in Elysian Tale, Night in the Woods, Foxtail, Super Lucky's Tale, and Son of a bit! And of course, Changed. Oh boy, where do I begin with this one? I adore the art style, the characters, the story, which I won't spoil, play the game. But, you know, there is one thing I disliked about Changed. Yeah, it is hard as nails. Some even calling it the Dark Souls of furry games. So if you're up for a challenge and like retro art style games, this one comes highly recommended. Outside of indie games, some games I had referred to earlier have been remastered, remade, and re-released onto newer hardware. Take examples such as the remasters of the second and third generations of Pokemon, Star Fox 64 3D, and especially the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which remade the original 3 PS1 Spyro games and upgraded them to current gen hardware. The list goes on. There are several more I could talk about that have gotten this treatment over the last few years. Enough about furry games of the past and what it took to get to where we are today. How do video games currently tie into our fandom? Well, first off, we have many streamers in our fandom who play a variety of games on Twitch, like the Pineapple Fox or Majira Strawberry. Even in the esports scene, we have furries on major league teams. A great example being Sonic Fox, who won the Best Esports Player of the Year back in 2018. They currently play under the team Evil Geniuses. I'll link their Twitter in the description down below. They have a great story on how they got to where they are, and overall they are a very interesting person. Definitely check them out. Well, all in all, furries have been a part of gaming for longer than I can remember, and it's thanks to video game characters like Fox McCloud or Sonic the Hedgehog that some people have joined our fandom. So in regards, we owe a lot to them. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, stay nautical. Hey, are you interested in joining one of the best furry Discord servers there is? Why not check out Foxden, ran by my good friend Raymu. Hop on by and say hello to myself and all the other great members. Link will be on screen and in the description below.